Hello, howdy, and hi. Hi, you guys. This is the 7th episode of our series. Obviously, you could see that. And we're going to be building our house today, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode. I actually have really sad things going on, so I'm sorry if I get a little bit emotional during the recording, but I think this will be good for me. I'd like to kind of share a little bit about what's going on in my outside of video life, just to kind of like use this as a bit of an output, because I really find recording these videos often is pretty therapeutic. I often find that outside and like in my personal life, I don't find a lot of times that I'm like fully comfortable with like relaying my thoughts, and just kind of how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking about. But often when I'm recording, I do find it a lot easier just to kind of do my own thing and let my thoughts flow like directly. And I think that this will be good. It'll be relaxing. We're gonna be building, and it's gonna be a fun time. I actually have a particular plan, so let's get started on that first. I wanted to create something along the lines of like a church-esque building. I love that I could that's one thing that's really nice about building in this, is that you could both fall down a lot more blocks and you can jump up a lot more blocks, so it makes it a lot easier to go about building your house. Yeah, I think that's kind of the general consensus of what I'm going for, so I'm going to fill in these walls and kind of go about what I was talking about earlier. So really kind of sad overall at the moment. Recently we were having some bug spray maintenance done at our apartment. We actually don't have a bug problem. We haven't seen any roaches, which is a blessing. I have lived in apartments with roaches when I was younger, and it is not a good time at all. But one of the buildings that's like in the overall apartments that is owned here did have a problem with it. So they were doing like a preventative course on all the other buildings just to make sure that it didn't become a problem anywhere else, which I'm very, very much appreciative of, that they're going the extra step to do that. But the end result is that I needed to be out of my house for 2 hours at a time, and kind of like a cascade of different events led up to me not being able to like go anywhere, because we have 4 cats. We had 4 cats in the household, and our car, like the side of the engine opened and just oil started spraying out of it while we were driving. We've been working on it, and we knew it had some issues, but we weren't expecting it to be like, that bad. And that happened. So we haven't had a car for the last couple of weeks. We were just going to take them somewhere, but we live right next to a lake. We're in a desert, actually. Surprisingly enough, but there is a lake, small one, and it is next to the apartments that we live in. One of the reasons that we chose to live here is really nice. So we thought, we could just get the cats to kind of walk over to the lake, because they do like going on walks. We'll like put them on a leash and a harness, and typically later on in the day, because we live in a desert, when the sun's starting to go down, or even when it's down because we have lights, we'll take them on walks then, and they have a good time. But we did that, and they were really not cooperating at all. The 4 cats that I have, there's 2 black ones, like pitch black ones, different colored eyes. I can't remember the exact color, and I don't want to say because I would probably be a little bit off, but beautiful cats. One of them definitely has yellow eyes, but the other one are 2 boys that are brothers that we've had since they were kittens, me and my lady, and we've had them since me and my lady have known each other. They were my lady's cats, and since we've known each other, she got the kittens like very early on. So they're about 6 years old, and they grew up together. And then we were trying to go outside, and the orange cat, who normally loves to go on walks, he's one of the 2 brothers, he was really like protesting it. And the little black cat, the little girl, that's my cat, she was also kind of protesting it, but she tends to do that regularly. That tends to be her forte. She doesn't like it very much. So we were just like, okay, these guys are being problematic is what it is. And then our other cat, who's like a black and gray striped cat, he was very excited, actually. He was the only one that was really excited. And then the fourth one, the other pitch black one, that's another girl. She was actually a stray me and my lady got, and she didn't really care, to be honest. She was just like, whatever, as long as, you don't get rid of me. And we were like, yeah, no, you're good. And so she was perfectly fine, but she didn't really want to move much either. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried to walk cats on a leash, but they weren't cooperating at all. And especially when you have 4 of them, wanting them to go in the same direction, they were very much not wanting to go in the same direction. So we ended up like just getting down the stairs of our apartments and waiting outside, like next to some bushes. And we were like, okay, they're not really gonna go anywhere. They're not gonna cooperate very well. So it's just gonna be what it is. We'll just wait here. It's just 2 hours. We'll deal with it, and then we'll go back inside. And so I was like popping a squat next to the wall, next to a bush, so they can have some shade to sit in. We were sitting in the shade, and all was well. My lady was like, okay, I'll walk down to a fast food place nearby so I can get us some food. And it's just like a whole bunch of events where like she thought like, oh, let's go get a basket, like there's like a random basket on the side of the road, and so she was like, oh, maybe we could take them with us. I was like, I don't think it's gonna be a great idea, but she ended up taking the black striped one and then one that we had in a carrier because we didn't have enough leashes for all 4 of them at the same time. Like I said, one was just stray, and the one that was excited was the black and gray striped one. He ended up like trying to jump out of the basket, I guess, while she was walking. So she came back and she was like, yeah, this is gonna be problematic, no good. And I was like, yeah. I kind of expected as much. And so she gave me back the cat, and I was waiting there. And he was like, the black and gray striped one, the other 6-year-old brother, he was like panting like a dog. And I was like, oh, that's not normal. That's not good. So I had my lady go back in to go and get water for him, because I was like, this guy needs some water. And we did that. So we get water. And he wasn't really drinking it, but we made sure he stayed in the shade and just kind of put the water next to him so he could get it at his own leisure. I left because I was like, okay, they're all relaxing. The other 3 cats were actually perfectly fine. They were doing nothing. They were just laying in the shade, as happy as can be. And then I ended up going to go try to get the food, and I was like, I'll just walk down there. And when I got down there, I called her to see like what she wanted, and she picked up the phone and she was like, Ilo is his name, the black and gray striped one. She was like, Ilo, he passed out, he's not moving anymore. And I was like, oh no, but I'd be like, okay, I think he'll be fine. It's too hot for him. It's February right now at the moment of this recording, so it's not like this is summertime or anything like that, but it's also the desert. So it was about 73 degrees, I think, at the moment outside. But he had a thick fur coat, and I just kind of tried to see if there was any kind of emergency transportation for a vehicle. I guess there are certain operations that are like personally owned businesses that are pet emergency transportation things, but then nobody, like, they were not available at the moment, and he ended up passing away, which was the end all be all of the sad part of the story. And so we're kind of dealing with that now, and that was really rough. That was a hard one for us. We've had those two brothers since they were kittens for many years now, and it kind of felt like we lost a part of the yeah, sorry, this is the part that I was talking about, but it the emotional side of things. But yeah, it feels like we lost a little piece of our home, and we're kind of dealing with that now. But I thought that this would be a good kind of a way of having an outlet to be able to talk about it and to be able to get these videos out, not in the way where I think like, oh, this is this is important and you guys expect me to do this over dealing with what I got to deal with at home, but more in a way where I want to continue putting out the videos as like as a stress reliever kind of thing, something to help me get my mind off of things and to continue on, not to jaunt me out of my typical routine of things, because really it's a hard hit sometimes. You wouldn't think it's much, it's just a cat. I've always been a dog person. I grew up as a dog person, so these are the first cats I've ever owned, but this is the first time I've ever lost a cat. And it was hard. It was really, really, really hard. And so now we're just gonna keep moving on. There wasn't really a moral of the story. I'm not really gonna try to decrease the, like how often I record and whatnot. Nothing of that nature. It's more just as sharing life experiences and whatnot. If any of you are going through that, you can always like put it down, share it, things of that nature. Not alone. Things are really tough for us all, but we're all in it together. And that's what I tell my lady too, is that this would have been a lot harder if we didn't have other people to talk to about it. If we didn't have each other even to like go through that experience with. So that's something to be grateful for. So if any of you are out there struggling with these things, even if it's just a pet, we all get it. There's someone out there that really gets it, that really does actually get it. The house, this is looking interesting. This is not how I was expecting the roof to look, to be honest, but I'm gonna continue on with the look of it and kind of see if I like that. I gotta do something with the rim. I know I don't like the rim right, but let's just put the rooftop for now and kind of see what we're working with. This looks kind of nice, actually. I didn't initially like this whenever I placed down these like the flat roofs, but once they're all down, like this part right here, I like that. I like how that looks. I did not bring enough to finish this though. There we go. And yeah, I don't mean to come on here and just kind of to dump out about life experiences for any kind of reason in particular. Like I said before, it's more just as an outlet, something for me to kind of come on. I'm not even 100% sure I'm actually going to upload this particularly, but if I do end up uploading this, it's just because I think it's not a bad thing, for us to kind of talk about our life experiences as content creators. We all go through these things, and we can all go through them together. Our audiences, you guys are part of our lives as much as we want you to be, and I don't mind you guys being part of this. Let's see, bam, no, bam, there we go. There we go. Oh, and I've been playing around a lot with the modded portions of this game, like a lot of mods and things of that nature. I'm gonna be starting a series that I'm very, very excited to start soon, with KB. That's gonna be modded hardcore. series where we have like a one life kind of thing. There's no official hardcore setting, but it's just going to be an honor system where if we die, then both of us have to quit the world, delete it, and start anew. And so we're going to be doing our best to move forward, and it's going to have a bunch of mods in it. It's going to be crazy. So you guys should definitely check that out. I'm super excited for that. If you guys want me to do my like own modded series too, like solo, let me know in the description. I'm sorry, not my brain's all over the place. Let me know in the comments, and I could definitely work on that. If you guys want it to just be modded solo, modded hardcore solo, or whatever, just let me know, and I can make that happen. What is this? I've never seen this before, but it looks like a totally fleshed out house. It's just iron? Okay. Cool. Interesting. I have no inventory space for this. Okay, we need to come back to this, but this is very interesting. I am gonna grab these planters. Oh wow. Oh wow, man. I'm gonna get all these planters. We'll mosey on out of here for now. But we're gonna come back to this place. Oh, say you me, we will come back to this place. Wow, that was really interesting. Alright, yeah, that's gonna do its thing over time. But I'm happy this is the very start of our house. This is definitely the very start of our house. We're going to be putting, like, you know, things in the front, pathways hither and thither. I'm gonna get all this stuff moved into the house off screen. But now you guys know what it looks like, and I'm quite happy with it, actually. It's pretty different, to be honest. This is not what I was wanting to make originally, but I'm not upset about it. This is something to be happy with. It's kind of like just a Hytale version of my starter house in Minecraft. It's more spacious and whatnot, which is a good thing. But this is going to be pretty cool. I'm quite excited about this. And I hope you guys are too. I can't get over how the roofs look. The roofs look incredible. I really, really, really like how these kind of come together. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, I hope you guys, have a wonderful day. I appreciate you staying for the long rant and whatnot. I'm sorry to be dumping any kind of sadness on you. And if you guys are struggling with things, you know, reach out to your friends. Reach out here. We have a quality community Discord that is linked in the description. You can always just reach out over there too. And I'd be happy to kind of talk to you guys about your experiences, because it's going to be a hard time for both me and my lady for a little bit. But I don't want to go on too long about all that. We got to do what we got to do, especially like how we have to like, comment, and subscribe. But you guys have a quality day. Stay quality forever. And bye-bye.